Sunset. Having What's better than having a sunset? Having two sunsets. Binary star systems make up over half of all star systems in our galaxy. In fact, Earth barely missed becoming a two-sun world. And in this video, I'll show you how differently life would have evolved if we had two suns. Let's start with a mind-bending fact. Our single star system is actually the odd one out in our galaxy. About 85% of the brightest stars we see in our night sky are actually multiple star systems. Take Alpha Centauri, our closest stellar neighbor. What looks like a single point of light is actually three stars dancing around each other in an endless cosmic ballet. But binary stars come in different flavors, and each type would create a drastically different Earth. Some binary stars orbit so close to each other, they actually share their outer layers. We call these contact binaries. Others are like distant dance partners, orbiting hundreds of times farther apart than Earth is from our Sun. Our own solar system might have been a binary system. Scientists have found some clues that a second star might have once orbited alongside our Sun during its formation. This mysterious companion, which astronomers nicknamed Nemesis, might have drifted away billions of years ago. If it had stayed, our entire evolutionary history would be completely different. Think about this. In a binary system, the gravitational dance between two stars creates zones where planets can have stable orbits. It's like trying to dance between two partners instead of around just one. Some binary stars have planets that orbit just one star, while others have planets that circle both stars. Imagine seeing two sunsets every day. But what would these two suns actually do to Earth? Well, that's where things get really wild. Because having two suns wouldn't just change our sky. It would transform everything from our weather to our very biology. And what scientists have discovered about these changes might surprise you. Let's imagine our second sun is about 80% the mass of our current sun, orbiting at a distance similar to Saturn. While this might sound extreme, it would actually create a surprisingly stable system. We know this because we've observed similar setups in other binary star systems where planets maintain stable orbits. The most noticeable change would be our seasons, but not in the dramatic way you might expect. Instead of extreme temperature swings, we'd experience more subtle seasonal variations. When both suns are on the same side of Earth, we have slightly warmer periods. Think of it as an enhanced summer with temperatures perhaps 10 to 15% higher than our current summers. When the suns are on opposite sides, we'd experience more moderate seasons with gentle temperature fluctuations. Our day-night cycle would actually remain fairly predictable. While there would be some variations due to the second sun's influence, Earth's rotation would maintain its stability. Instead of chaotic changes in day length, we'd have a more complex but regular pattern of light and dark periods. The tides would be different too, but not dramatically so. With our second sun so far out, its gravitational effect would be minimal compared to our moon's influence. We'd see some additional tidal patterns, but they'd be gentle variations rather than dramatic surges. Life on two-sun Earth would have evolved very differently. Plants would have developed completely different types of photosynthesis to handle varying light conditions. Some might track both suns across the sky, while others might specialize in using light from just one sun. Animals would have evolved wild adaptations too. Imagine creatures with two different types of eyes, one for each sun's specific light. Or nocturnal animals that time their activities around the complex dance of double shadows. As for human evolution, scientists think that under two suns, our eyes would have developed the ability to see a much broader spectrum of light. We might have been able to see infrared radiation, like some snakes can. Think about that. We'd literally see the world in colors that don't exist in our current reality. But the most profound changes would be to our civilization itself. How different would our cultures be if we had evolved under two suns? Well, that's where this story takes an unexpected turn. Early astronomers would have had a head start in understanding celestial mechanics. They'd be living in a natural laboratory of orbital dynamics. Imagine ancient Greek philosophers or Mayan astronomers having two celestial objects to to track and study beyond our moon. Calendars would be more complex. Early agricultural societies would develop farming practices based on the predictable patterns of both suns. They might plant different crops to take advantage of the varying light conditions throughout the year. But perhaps the most profound impact would be on human culture and mythology. Most ancient civilizations had sun gods or goddesses. Now imagine the rich tapestry of stories that would develop around two suns. Would they be seen as celestial siblings, eternal rivals, cosmic partners? These myths would shape art, architecture, and religious practices in fascinating ways. Living in a binary system would give us some unique advantages when it comes to understanding the universe. Having two suns might have made it easier for us to discover certain principles of physics and astronomy much earlier in our history. For instance, we'd have a front-row seat to gravitational interactions, making it easier to understand concepts that took humans centuries to figure out in our single-sun world. Space exploration would be different too. While having two suns would prevent us from reaching other planets, it would require more complex calculations for space travel. Any spacecraft would need to account for the gravitational influence of both stars. The search for other habitable worlds would take a different path as well. Instead of focusing primarily on single-star systems like we do now, we might have developed better techniques for finding planets in binary systems. So while our single-sun solar system might seem simple compared to a binary system, it's fascinating to think about how different our world could have been. Most stars out there dance with a partner, and somewhere in the universe, there might be civilizations evolving under the light of two suns, wondering what it would be like to have just one. Don't forget to watch the video on the right and subscribe.